Hey there, you're back on the Mountain Weekend Show. I am out at Sundance Mountain Resort at the top of Bishop's Bowl. I'm joined by the Director of Mountain Operations. We have Czar Johnson. How are you today, sir?
So good.
Oh my gosh, this has been an incredible day thus far. We got some fresh powder this morning. The sun is now out. This is like your typical day on the job, right?
And you're welcome. We ordered it up just for you guys. Placed the order a couple days ago, and here we go. Sunshine and some fresh snow.
Right, you guys certainly know how to deliver. Right now we're going to go over some different terrain that you guys have. This gorgeous scenic outlook we have right here. Give us kind of a context for where we're standing. As I said before, we have Bishop's Bowl right behind us.
Yeah, so we're currently located at the top of our mountain. This is affectionately called Bear Claw. Behind us we have Bishop's Bowl, and as you can see at Sundance, we're all about the scenery, right? I mean, that's our flagship, that's our signature focus here at Sundance. You have great views. Beyond that, our runs and our capacity and our ability levels, we can really accommodate everyone, and love to have everyone up.
Well, let's just take a minute and talk about this view a little bit more. You have Utah Valley out this way. Someone told me you could see like the Uintas back over there, and even one of the neighboring ski resorts. The views are just phenomenal. Tell me about what we're looking at.
Yeah, one of the cool things about Sundance, and really a lot of resorts, but particularly at Sundance here, is you can really see how close all the resorts are. Just behind us here, you have Snowbird and Alta. Over here, you have Deer Valley and Park City. We're all really, really close-knit. Heber Valley behind us, Deer Creek Reservoir, the Uintas just behind us here, and as you mentioned over this way, Utah Valley. Really, we are one of the only true mountaintop resorts here, and it gives us that 360-degree view of the beautiful Wasatch Front.
Yeah, today's just perfect. It's just a little bit of that blue with the cloud cover, making for some excellent conditions throughout the day, which we are just thrilled to be here and enjoy. But speaking of that, let's get some trail recommendations. Let's do beginner, intermediate, and more advanced, as you see behind us, Bishop's Bowl. Let's start off first, though, with beginner terrain. What would you recommend for those, a family coming out with some kids, or if you're just getting on the skis for the first time?
Yeah, so one of the great things about Sundance is we're separated into a front mountain and a back mountain. Our front mountain is predominantly beginner intermediate terrain, which is great because it keeps the expert skiers kind of separated from our beginner and intermediate skiers. The signature beginner run on our mountain, on the front mountain, would be Stampede. It's great for those that are just trying to test the waters, maybe those that are freshening up for the season, particularly the kids, beginner skiers. It's great for that. Moving up from there as well on our front mountain is Maverick, which is a great wide open, great blue square run, great run for carving, kind of that next transition from our beginner terrain. And then moving here to the back mountain, we're definitely catered to more of that intermediate and expert skier. From Bear Claw being one of our intermediate signature runs, it goes all the way from where we're standing now all the way down to the bottom. Great wide open runs, great groomer runs. And then you're looking behind us at some of the best signature expert terrain. You've got Bishop's Bowl right here. Over on the ridge there, you've got our Far East, which is where we have some of our chutes, double black diamonds. So we really do have terrain for all ability levels.
And give us an overview of how many trails, your lifts, and acreage.
Yeah, so we sit on about 500 acres here at Sundance. We have about 44 runs and 4 chairlifts. One of the things I like to say about Sundance is it's like taking the best 10% of those really big mountains and kind of packing it into 500 acres. Every turn you make at Sundance is a turn. You can see from this view here, there's very few cataracts. There's very little traversing from one side of the mountain. You get off this chairlift behind us, buckle your boots, and you're making turns and getting vertical feet. Sundance sits on about 2,100 vertical feet, which makes it from a statistics standpoint, makes it a pretty predominant mountain that way. And we ski all that 2,100 vertical from top to bottom.
I love how you describe it as you take the best 10% of all you've got to offer in Utah when it comes to skiing. You stuck it all right here. I was wondering when someone was going to do that, and you guys have that here. So it's a pretty spectacular experience. Let's give, once again, a little shout out for Bear Claw right here. A great spot to stop off and take a view. You have some chairs over there on the other side, right?
Yeah, this time of year, this cabin is kind of the flagship. People ride the lift up, grab some food, hang out on the deck behind us here, look at the views, and just, it becomes more about the experience than it does about necessarily the skiing. People are just wanting to come and hang out in the mountains and enjoy a beautiful day. And Sundance, from a scenery standpoint and ambiance and food and beverage standpoint, we have the best of the best.
And along with that, it's such a boutique experience, a boutique resort, really. It's such a standout amongst all of Utah's resorts, and an experience unlike any other, I think, that you can have here in Utah because of the history, for one, like you mentioned, the terrain, and kind of that smaller, almost local type of feel, but also a little bit of international flair as well. It's really special up here.
Yeah, we pride ourselves on kind of that niche. We are really all about the experience. Our focus predominantly is trying to preserve the aesthetics and the natural beauty that we have here at Sundance, instead of clogging it with buildings and lifts and trails everywhere. We really want people, when they come to Sundance, to really feel and feel a part of that natural environment, and that's our focus. And when someone comes to Sundance and spends a day here, especially on a day like this, they leave a different person than when they got here. They're rejuvenated. They have a new outlook on life, and the skiing's part of it, but just the natural beauty and the environment that Sundance really works on preserving is a big part of that.
Well, I think you're exactly right. I'm feeling changed already. This new powder did something else to me, you guys. So great. Well, thank you so much, Zara. Pleasure to speak with you. You're watching the Mountain Weekend Show here on Park City Television, and we're at Sundance Mountain Resort.